Yeah, again, they're just so different from one another.
This week's challenge
I'm ready.
is...
Hit me. Opposites. Oh, no. I'm just going to be blunt with you all. I am not looking forward to this.
See you in 3 days' time.
Thanks for that.
Bye.
Hi guys, so this is my behind the scenes for this week, which is opposites, and as you've seen from the video, it's not one that I've really been looking forward to doing at all. It's really not straight cut. I was struggling to think of any opposites shy of black and white, really. New and old was another one, and especially this time of year, your days are so short, the weather's so bad. It was something that I was quite unhappy with, really. So what I've decided, and I'm doing my video now because my phone's quite old and the cold at the moment drains the battery really quickly when I'm out and about. So I'm going to take Hogia for a walk, and I'm just going to take the camera and I'm just going to try and think through really some more when I'm out. It's a really nice day. It is cold, hence the hat. But with any luck, it'll just mean I'll probably find something when I'm out there that I hadn't really thought of. I keep running through things like man-made and natural, so perhaps some sort of man-made structure over a river, something like that, I don't know. But we're off to one of our local forestry parks to see what we can find. Okay, bye. Hello.
Hello, Happy New Year!
Yeah.
That's probably going to make my microphone go crazy, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are so dedicated to this that we are indeed filming this on New Year's Day for you.
So how do you find this challenge?
Yeah, no, when we first pulled it out, I was literally full of hate for this challenge, if I'm being perfectly honest. I was thinking, oh my god, my brain just disappeared. It was like, what is an opposite? I can't think of any opposites. Blah, 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 blah. But actually, I went out for a walk with one of the dogs. Just took my camera and kind of didn't go out with an idea. I just thought I'll go out and I'll try and pick my brain on the walk when I was kind of refreshed from not worrying about what an opposite was.
Yeah.
And naturally, on the walk, I just started picking out different things like man-made, natural, or alive and dead, or whatever it was. I just started thinking about different options. So hopefully you'll see where I've come with it.
I think our faces at the beginning when we pulled that out of the box, I think that said it all. We were both like, where do we even begin? So yeah, I felt the same. I really struggled with coming up with which opposite I wanted to go with.
Yeah.
And how to like convey that in a picture is really tricky as well.
Trying to get one photograph that actually just shows two things.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound that difficult, but actually to try and get two things that are the polar opposites of one another in one photograph, you'd be proud. I've only got one photograph this week.
No way. Oh my goodness. I'm quite surprised with this one in that it's probably the quickest photo that I have taken and edited and put together and been happy with. I didn't take a selection of photos and then narrow it down. I took like a few versions of the one concept, but it was one photograph I ended up editing up, and it was one photograph I ended up really happy with. So that's the first time that's properly happened, where it seems very focused on, I like this picture, I'm going to run with it.
That's a nice way to feel though, because I think we're both quite similar, and I'm like you, like this is why I end up with a few photographs, because I'm never truly happy with the one.
Yeah.
But this is the same for me. I took my photograph. I took a few of the same photograph, but I think this one sort of conveys what I want it to convey.
Because we were so confused to begin with, to have quite a like linear path with it.
Yeah, excited to see what it is actually, because obviously with our two different styles, it would be quite interesting to see.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just sort of explain a bit. So part of it, so the main sort of focus I think was kind of with the stem, how there's parts of it that are dead, parts of it that are alive. Obviously, the berry is still quite fresh, and then the plant as a whole was quite a lot of it that was dying. So I quite liked the way that it showed both of those. But actually, once I've taken the photo, I quite liked the fact that a lot of it's out of focus, some of it's in focus as well. So there's a few different ways of looking at it. I struggled a little bit with it because it was in a forest which was quite low light. But I think I'm fairly happy with it.
In saying that it's low light, I think the grain really adds something to it.
Well, that's
I really like it with that grain in there. Because I think if that was a clean image, it wouldn't be quite as interesting.
Yeah, and that's why I've left it actually. And what I quite like, so the background is actually a little lake, which I quite like the fact that you can't really tell that from the photograph. It's just bright.
Yeah, there's a hint of it though. For me, looking at that, I think there's some kind of water behind it.
Yeah. You know what I mean though, because it's not a photograph. I think I quite like it.
I really like that. It's really nice, warm, kind of autumnal feel to it.
Yeah.
It's a really nice picture, that. I like that.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pleased with it, considering at the start I was dreading.
Yeah. Right. It's somewhat different, as always.
I like it. I like what you've done.
So my opposites were big and little.
Yeah.
So I put my son in a welly boot and made him tiny, and the welly boot too big for him.
Have you shown him it? Does he like it?
He loves it. Yeah. It was just a bit of fun as well, and it was a tricky one because he really wasn't in the mood to have his photo taken, and it was the only concept I kind of had in my head. So with a little bit of bribery, I got him to very quickly pose. And the way I did it, I'd attached a string across. I've got like a bit of decking in my back garden and a bit of fence across that. I attached a bit of string between two bits of fence and then put a towel over it, and then had him lean over the top of the towel.
That's a good idea.
So then I could edit that as though he was leaning over the top of the welly boot. So.
I love it. It's funny because when I said I was going to do a second photo, I had actually said to Matt that my idea was to make one of the dogs really big and have them stood really little next to them. But in the end, we just ran out of time. But I love how you've done that.
It's just a bit of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. So, and it just it brings a smile to my face, that one. And I think it captures my son really well because he loves being outside in the rain. He loves his welly boots. It's just him in a picture. So
I can just imagine having this tiny child, like Willy Wonka style.
Yeah.
Like TV.
Yeah. Should we pick the next one?
Let's not.
So this next challenge is, I've just seen the beginning of this. You're going to love this week.
I don't know if that's sarcastic.
No. Anthony,
okay.
I need to go on a walk. Oh no. Can I cry a little? I guess I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
See you in 3 days' time.
Bye. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry